We're going to run your test today in a ZCS 600. This is the smallest of our combination units, and it's the same size as our smallest shredder, so it's a very small unit for us. So what I had to do is, here's your pieces. They're just too large to fit into this hopper here, so I had to cut them down. I just basically cut them in half, and I'll just run them in that fashion. But just kind of a brief overview of the unit. Up on top, you have a shredder. And the shredder here has a 20mm screen. This screen is going to break the material down and then drop it into the granulator, which is located below, and that has an 8mm screen on it. They work in sequence with each other. If the granulator amps up, it tells the shredder to pull the ram back, so it reduces the amount of material coming in. So it's kind of, they talk to each other on how it should work. Same thing if the ram has too much pressure on it, she'll pull back as well. So it's a sensitive ram. The bottom is the material evacuation system, which actually evacuates over to here. And this is all standard on all the equipment. This is your drive for the shredder, your drive for the granulator, and then we have your control box right back here on it. It's a nice control box. Everything you need is on it. It has the blower, the granulator, hydraulic for the shredder, and then feed conveyor. We don't have a feed conveyor on our lab unit here because we're just going to hand feed it, but you can get it with a feed conveyor. And then what we have here is this system reset, which tests all the safeties on the system. And this is your hydraulic drive pack, your hydraulic cylinder, and then the ram goes and just pushes the material towards the shredder head there. And this is your blower system, which brings it over to your material handling over there. So I'm going to stop the video and then get everything going and prepared, and then we'll start loading the parts up. I have the control panel all going and the machine's all working. You ready to start loading them? As the ram works its way down to drive the material towards the head of the shredder. I'm going to go up in there and just give you a little view of what's going on in there right now. puts it to the face of the shredders where you get great movement on your material. And sometimes it takes a stroke or two for it to grab it properly, but once it does, the teeth on the head of the ram doesn't let the material go. It just continually pushes it into the rotor, which then makes it basically cut into smaller pieces, goes down into the granulator, and then you get this great regrind. Right here. I'm going to go up and watch another piece go through for you. The smallest of our shredders, and it's really doing a nice job. I'm going to stop the video for a little bit now, run some more samples, and I'll pick it up in about 5 minutes. Alright, we just put in the last piece. So we put in so far 6 pieces into the unit, and here's what she looks like. Not having any problem breaking through this material. And here's your material. No heat, nice cuts, no real problem. And again, this is a small unit, and the larger units will handle this thing without any issue at all. Here are your test results. To run the 3 panels, which came 6 pieces when we cut them in half, took a little under 23 minutes to run it all. The material looks nice. Not a lot of dust, as you kind of see along it. So it came out good quality material. The time on this was a little longer than I would thought, because the pounds per unit you put in there was about 60 pounds to take 23 minutes. It took a little bit long. A lot of it had to do with the orientation of how those pockets went into the ram. So she kind of grabbed and just did edges until she worked her way through. So it took a little longer on that. But again, the machine we used, the shredder portion is 15 horsepower shredder on this machine. It's not a lot of horsepower. The other machines you're looking at are probably 10 times the horsepower of that, and it would have no problem at all processing this type of material and reading all our rates. This is not a really difficult stuff. The parts are heavy, but the material is really cuttable. It's really easy to get through. It's just the size of them, the orientation of this machine was not perfect. But in the larger units, the ram and the rotor is much larger than your actual piece, so you have great orientation, you have good bouncing around, and a much better cutting process with the larger machine. So all in all, very good test. I'll bag this up and send it out to you.